It is roughly 10:45 a.m. and I'm here at Xtreme Couture. Let's go on and see what class is all about. So over there, S&C area, mat number 1's where I'm going to be training at. It's an all levels class, so I'm not too sure how it's going to go. Over here, it seems like they're doing their gi jiu-jitsu. And over here, it seems they got like their one-on-one session with their fighters. Curious is in there. In the cage, we got another octagon in there. 10 minutes till class starts, so I still got plenty of time. Alright, so morning class is all done. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't the highest level because the class that I attended, it was an all levels class, to be fair. We went through some Bangtao principles, which is really cool, which I didn't know, but Bangtao is affiliated, or Xtreme Couture is affiliated with Bangtao. One of the coaches, he went to a Bangtao class this morning with Dwayne Ludwig, and yeah, he was just showing us some things, and it felt good to strike again, man. I've been focusing so much on grappling as of recently, but it feels nice to just strike and move around in that sense. I really enjoyed that one. Now, it wasn't the most intense class, but again, I was speaking with some of the coaches and whatnot, and I don't want to be too weird about it because of what we learned about Xtreme. I asked him if I could attend the pro classes, and he said every single day, 3:30 p.m, you'll just have to speak to Eric Nixon, and he's not here, and the other main coaches aren't here, because I actually wanted to introduce myself. I didn't want to just rock up and just randomly jump in, because that's bad. What I'll do is, classes at 3:30 tomorrow, instead I'll rock up earlier and go like that. So apparently the 155ers, so featherweights and 155ers go together, and then middleweights and above. Now I did ask him, I said, look, I fight at 155, but my current walk around's 183. He goes, bro, don't stress, all these lightweights are big as well. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So it'll be cool to size them up. You know what's really cool? I got their locker rooms here. So like Chris Curtis, for example, Sean Strickland's. See if there's anyone else that I can recognize. That name sounds familiar. Ray Sefo. Isn't that the guy of the owner of PFL? One of the main owners. And then we got Casey O'Neill, Aussie girl. Julian Orosa, that name sounds very familiar. Cody Stammen, that name seems familiar. What? Ngannou? Still got his gear here. It's Ngannou's locker, bro. It's really weird that I'm not fangirling. I'm fangirling out of the small stuff, but Francis Ngannou's locker, Dan Ige's locker. Jake Shields. That sounds familiar. Jake Shields. Isn't he an old fighter? And then the last one is Brad Tavares. This is where all the one-on-one coaching goes on. So this octagon and the other octagon. And yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just hit the bag for a bit to work up a bit more with it and practice some of the principles that I learned from today. And then we'll go grab something to eat, and then we'll continue on with our day. Best way I can describe it, it's a bigger version of Absolute MMA. It's like the Mecca in terms of it's got everything you need. It's got a massive sauna unit out the back. It's got weightlifting stuff. The upstairs area, they were pumping the heaters because I think fighters were fighting soon this week or next weekend, so they were trying to lose weight. You know what I'm thinking? I'll just kick it around here till 3:30, so it's like a solid 3 hours, to be honest, but it's alright. Go grab something to eat in this meantime. I should come back and do the 3:30 class today. Since I'm in the area, I thought might as well just try it. I was gonna do the 7 p.m. at 10 Planet tonight, but I figured I'll do this instead. It's legit, like I said, because I'm in the area. I don't want to miss out too much on the 10 Planet stuff, so I definitely might do it tomorrow, depending on how I go today. But at least I can fall back on that. Like, if Coach Nixon, Eric Nixon, denies me and doesn't allow me to train, I can go back and then 7 p.m. class. Okay, so also in Xtreme Couture, they've got their own little shop. Similar to what Absolute has with MA1 and all their Absolute gear inside of the gym. It's actually a pretty big shop. What I noticed is like with Absolute, you know how there's MA1 gear? Their thing is combat gear, combat corner. A lot of the athletes here are wearing that stuff, so I don't know if they're directly sponsored by them or whatnot. I don't know what the relationship with is. Seems that a lot of the athletes, at least at Xtreme, are wearing that. Alright, so I have no idea, but this place, Rachel's Kitchens, is the place I'm going to eat at. But I came across this really beautiful, like, not shopping center and shopping mall, but it's like this nice little town mall, so I can describe it. Look at the architecture, the palm trees. There's all little shops, burger brews, some pretzel stuff, nice restaurants. Family setting, shops are around, really nice. Nice classical music playing, scenery. I'm probably gonna say something really weird, but you know what it feels like? It feels like the setting of it all when I'm walking through it. It's like I'm at Movie World in Queensland. An old churros thing. Funnel cake sounds interesting. I mean, I don't know about the corn dog stuff. Doesn't look the most appetizing to me, at least. It's like I'm in like Movie World in Queensland. And guys, I think I low-key am getting sick. You know what? I'm gonna say it. This is genuinely the first place in America that I've been like, wow. It's actually really beautiful. And I love my mum and dad to see this. Like I was telling my mum, I'm like, America's a bit, how you going? Bon appetit, brother. Firstly, let's try this sauce and the fries. Yes, fries, not chips. Fries. Sauce is huge. They didn't have seasoning, so I went to grab the salt. Look how big this is, bro. Whole shake could be. Alright, here we go. Let's try this. This supposedly is chipotle mayo, but let's try the chips by itself first. It's actually crispy. Let's try the sauce. Yep, very nice. Again, the hospitality is really nice in terms of they're like, yes sir. I know it's small, but even the mannerisms and the way that they're saying it, it's really polite. Although I did stop by 7-Eleven yesterday, the service there was pretty shit. The chick was just like a robot, like an automatic system. She just kept on saying the same shit. Like when I said something else, she was like, huh? Like it's really weird. Now let's try the chicken. So I believe it comes in a spinach wrap. I believe that's what he called it. I'm running out of breath as I eat because I can't breathe out of my nose. No need for this, but I just want to try it. Get it out. I'm just enhance the flavors. I'm gonna enjoy this now. I'm a man of my word. I promised those guys over here that I'd be back. So it's got vanilla filling. I could have got chocolate. He said the chocolate is Belgian chocolate and it is very sweet, whereas the vanilla allows you to taste the Oreos more. Alright, let's give it a shot. Juicy boy. The filling is epic, crazy amount of filling, but it's very faint and very like shortbread-like texture on the exterior. And as soon as you bite into it, not even milliseconds after, it just melts. Alright, lol. That was pretty interesting. So I walked in, put my stuff down, and then I'm like, okay, let me just walk around to the other side because I need to see if there's another coach. I need to introduce myself. First person I look eyes with is Sean Strickland. And then he looks away, looks at me again, and he goes like this. I'm like, oh, what's up, Sean? How are you, man? He goes, I just say that I want to speak to Coach Eric, if that's alright. And he says, Eric, introduce me. I introduced myself to Eric, so on and so forth. And then gave me the green light, got the approval. Asked if I'm professional, asked my record. I said I'm my professional debut in August. He said, oh, all good. And then Sean's funny as straight away he starts cracking jokes. He goes, alright, you're here to take heads, yeah? I'm like, nah, man, I just want to enjoy evolve. He goes, nah, bro, you're here to take heads. Mondays are fun. Mondays are fun, he says. So, fuck. Not gonna lie, I don't know what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be probably a hard session, but they did ask for my weight. I said I compete at 155 and then they said all good, but I'm just gonna stretch warm up. We'll see what it holds. I'll speak with you guys afterwards whether I get bashed, hurt, or whether I kill it, or whether it's gonna be a phenomenal experience. We'll see what happens. Alright, that was hectic. Gotta fix my hair really quick, but that was good, bro. Coach Eric ran the class and it was absolutely hectic. All the fighters and everyone down here, essentially how it was run was there was a bunch of room. The room was packed, yeah? Firstly, I love this addition of taping up the thing, that way we don't get scratched with one another. But we had bags over here, ground and pound bags, so we had these ones here, all laid out along there. Then legit, it was specific training the whole time. I say from, so we started at 3:30, yeah? Probably from 3:45 all the way till 4:30. Non-stop though, non-stop. Like our rest was just doing stuff like they call it ROI, return on investment. So when you do your ground and pounding, that's your time to rest. But you can either rest and do jack shit and just fucking hump the bag, or you can actually get the work in and do some more solid ground and pounding, which is absolutely solid. Smart. Class was absolutely phenomenal. Filled with a bunch of UFC veterans like Sean Strickland, you got Chris Curtis, you got the guy that versus Paddy, that's like a bit funny as well. And you got some of the other fighters that are here too, but they're all on the outside because they're in fight week right now. So there's a few people on LFA and a few other shows, the PFL I believe. But it was sick class, guys. Look at that. The mats were packed and it was solid. Alright, so I'm in the octagon where most of those UFC fighters train at Xtreme Couture. The mats feel shit. Wallah, all old, but I guess that adds the uniqueness to it and adds the special element to it. Still a bit of shadowboxing because why not? Alright, so let me update you guys. We are back at Town Square, the spot that I absolutely fell in love with after training. Before I get into what I want to actually talk about with you guys is what I've understood is after my training, I put my trainer in my drink, I hydrated really, really well, and I'm not really that hungry, okay? But if I was hungry, I'd eat something pretty normal. It's not even anything too crazy. I am on holiday, so what I am gonna do is I actually found, I think at least I'm gonna go suss it out, a frozen yogurt place which allows you to do it yourself. These other places in America, they've been doing it like for you, so you can't put how much you want or you can't customize it to your desire. This one actually has a DIY thing. If I keep on running out of breath, it's because my nose is blocked. Okay, so how was my training session? Let me first start on Eric Nixon. Eric Nixon is awesome, man. Complete leader. Leadership role, very, very good coach. You can see he's building an atmosphere and he's building something different than, like obviously there's toughness, there's a little bit of technique and whatnot, but it's here, spirit. Obviously he teaches some good stuff, like we went through some good concepts today. A lot of it was more so live training. I don't know if it's because some of the people from his gym were going to be fighting soon, and that was the reason why, but we did more specific training. Coincidentally, I got put with someone that was having a fight this week, or in a few days, I think it was this weekend, and one of the older guys that wasn't as good. My body was already a little bit banged up and feeling pretty shit from the crappy food I've been eating, so I didn't have to go as hard. Low key, I'm admitting it. I didn't have to go as hard. But when I was doing the ground and pounding stuff, I was making sure I was going pretty hard. Legit was in the same training room as Sean Strickland and everyone else. I was doing exactly what they were doing. And Eric Nixon towards the end, he even said it. He goes, look guys, we may not be training the hardest. And he acknowledges it, like he knows it himself. But he goes, it's that, not fear, but just acknowledging the unknown and just doing whatever you can towards that. He goes, right now there's probably people in Dagestan running in the mountains and shit, training way harder. Do what we can and what we're capable of, and we help one another out. And that's what he was emphasizing more of, which I thought was really, really cool. And then Sean Strickland. First person I see, Sean Strickland, I dab him up. The exact same way that you see him on television and the internet is the exact same way that he is in person, guys. I shit you not. You know what was the most humbling thing about it? After the class was done, I went up to Eric Nixon and I said, hey man, look, I'm happy to clean up the mats. Is there anything I can do to help out? And he goes, let me see this out, blah, blah. Long story short, he went and got mops. And then first person he handed it to, he didn't even really look at anyone. First person he handed it to was Sean Strickland. And you can see it's more than just for him getting a job done. It's more to set an example in front of others as well. So he gave it to Sean. He's a champ, and Sean said, like, he was in a joking manner, not that he doesn't have to do it, but like, you know, he's a champ. Come on, bro. Like, there's other people that should be doing it. But so Sean ended up mopping the mats, and everyone was still like packing up and like just talking and whatnot. And then towards the end, once I called my Uber, you see all these champions like Israel Adesanya, when they become champ, they get their McLarens. Look at all these other people, they get like phenomenal cars, which in every right they deserve to. They can. Bro, Sean Strickland was driving the exact same car that I drive, the Hyundai. Actually, he was driving a Hyundai Elantra, not an i40. But he was just driving a normal sedan. It's like, obviously he's got the money and funds to go buy and drive whatever he wants, but he chooses not to. Genuinely, that was a big eye-opener for me. You know, I've always heard about it, but I never believed it. So that was an interesting contrast to see. Let me just quickly get this yogurt place going down now. Okay, so excuse the top part. I saw that there was marshmallow and it got me excited, so I put it on. The presentation wise, it looks really poor, but I promise you there's a bunch of flavors in there, and each layer I get to, I'll do a quick little snippet. But look at this little abomination right here. Are these Stroop waffles, guys? This is my favorite. Out of all the flavors that were here, I ended up going with the birthday cake better. That one like the best. Really quick, I'll do a taste test right now as I walk. Just before I walk, sorry. Boost. That's a fat bite. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, corn something, cookies, Nutella, and marshmallow. Here we go. Bro. Come on, man. Come on. This shit's in Australia's for you, bro. The toppings here is crazy. That's hectic. It was way too cold outside, so I ended up coming in this little setup that looks like another version of a tons of fun that we have in Australia. Halfway through, I can tell you guys right now, this is very, very delectable. Basically, almost finished the bowl. I'm so fat. I found a cool little spot. Sat down here. There's games on there. Games on behind me, but I'm gonna sit and chill here for a little bit. But guys, can I say something? What I have learned is, if you guys are gonna come to Vegas and you're coming here for training like I am, whether you go out to 10th Planet, whether it's Syndicate or whether it's Xtreme Couture, make sure whether it's before and mainly after, get anything that you need to get, whether it's groceries or food, maybe even a drink, from here. Bro, they upsell and they overcharge so much on the strip. Like I remember I got a Starbucks from one of the casinos that was $11.50, and then I went and got a from somewhere else that was outside of the strip, and it was like $7.50 or $6.50. Way cheaper. That's why when I get to the strip, I ain't getting shit from there no more, bro. They upsell like crazy. What a phenomenal experience. So Eric said for me to come to the 3:30 p.m. class. Tomorrow will be sparring. So he said, what weight am I? I said 155 pounds, but I must admit I'm in a holiday mode, so I'm way more heavier. He goes, no, don't worry. Come 3:30. I believe the heavyweights and all, because I overheard Sean Strickland speaking about it, train in the morning tomorrow for sparring. And then the 55ers and below, I believe, train at 3:30 p.m. So debating whether I train in the morning at 10 Planet, because I want to feel nice and fresh for sparring. Don't want to use an analogy because Dion hates it, but I don't want to feel burnt out and overdo it. But at the same time, I do want to train so much and pick up as much knowledge as I can. I was even deliberating, like calculating it. Like if I do 10 Planet Austin in the morning, then come train here at 3:30, finish by 4:30, then train at 10 Planet, now let's say 5 because by the time I shower and shit, 5:30. Then train at 10 Planet 9 with Andy Varela at 7 p.m. That's a hectic schedule. But am I looking to train for a fight or am I looking to holiday? Bruv, I'm looking for a bit of both, but I think I'm gonna holiday. So I'm just gonna go to a place called PF Chang's airport. Not airport, airplane. But they got their Christmas decorations up, which actually looks pretty hectic and sick. And I don't know, man, ever since I've gone to Singapore, I've grown a bit of a relationship with the Asian type of food. It gets me to feel good. I was looking at the rice and noodles and whatnot, and then there was a section called main entrees, and entrees I thought was normally just like a small type of thing. Anyway, I'm looking at the menu, looking at some of the things on the Google reviews, not reviews, Google photos. I called the chicken guy, I said, hey, what do you guys specialize in? He told me this wrap thing, but I had the wrap or the bread this morning. And then she recommended these two things, which was separate from the noodles and the rice thing. She said to get Chang's special, Chang's chicken special. So, or the Mongolian beef. And I felt more chicken. I don't know why. If I ever had to like choose between chicken or beef, I'd always choose chicken. And then there was this thing called crab wontons or shrimp dumplings. Honestly, from a visual perspective, from what I saw on Google, the shrimp dumplings look way better, and then the crab wontons sound better. I asked the girl, I said, what do you suggest? She said crab wontons. The only thing is, it's 100 calories per crab wonton, of 600 calories just like that. So regardless, I'm excited to see what comes out. Crab wontons, brother. Let's see how we go. It is crispy and deep fried. I'm actually going to bring the camera nice and close because I feel like there's going to be a crunch and I want you guys to hear this crunch. Here we go. It's pretty light, to be honest. These ends here are like very crispy. And then when you get into the middle, it's just like an explosion in your mouth in a sense. I'm telling you right now, my nose is blocked. I've been sick. She just put the plate in front of me. And still right now, whoa. I don't know if it's the sauce or the onions, but bro, it's kicking in the senses, bro. Check this out. Brown rice. And then this special Chang's chicken brother. Here we go. Okay. It's very soft. It's not anything too crazy. Get the sauce all up in the rice. So it comes with a little bit of sweet chili rice as well. Let's try it all together now. The spices, bro. Hate being sick. I like it. The only thing is the chicken pieces are a little bit big, so I'm actually going to cut it because when I go to take a shit, that's going to be a massive problem if I digest these big pieces of chicken. My shits are going to be huge. Alright, I'm going to enjoy this. PF Chang's. Alright, it is the morning now. Got a nice quality sleep in. So I slept roughly around 11:30. Woke up around 10, took my shit, did my normal ritual, stuff like that. And I wasn't going to do the morning class, by the way. Leftover PF Chang's. Had that for a little bit of my breakfast. I'm in the bin now because it's done. Didn't end up doing the morning class because I really wanted to rest. And plus today is sparring day. So I want to make sure that I'm 100% fresh going into that. My plans are to do the sparring class. Then after that, do the night class at 10 Planet. And the lead up to, I'm just gonna run and do a few things. I just need to break a few notes and then stop by this Walgreens over here on the way back. Hey, and also I've been keeping my fluid intake up. Like I've got my water here. You guys can see it's like my little weapon on standby. Fucking quick flush, you know? Had like 3 or 4 bottles this morning of it, which is good. Keeping my water intake high, keeping that sense of fullness. Not that I'm actually hungry, it's just that I'm dehydrated, which I'm learning. I actually keep on needing to take a piss. I feel like I'm doing a bit of a weight cut. I was looking for, because I definitely want to try Chicago style pizza, and I also want to try Detroit style pizza. I'm actually pretty excited, so I'll start with the Detroit style pizza today. And what I worked out is with the Xtreme, we've got like a 5-day pass and then a 10-day pass. 5-day pass is 85 bucks, and then the single class is 20 bucks. So I'm gonna go 20, 20, 20, 20. So spend 80 bucks for the next 4 days because I fly out in 5. I guess it kind of works out $5 cheaper. Because yesterday, they gave it to me for free. The whole day for free, which I'm absolutely grateful about. So I just finished taking a nice dump. But what was interesting was when I came in here, I saw the front desk person. I said, hey, can I go to the toilet before I do anything? He goes, yeah, sure. And then when I did, he like gave me the passcode to this thing. So if you guys ever want to do it, it's 5797. So if you ever come to the exchange one that's across that Bagel Mania in the towers, that's the code. Go take your shit, guys. I've hooked you guys up. That's the code. So I ended up exchanging, because I was thinking about, I still got my Miami trip, so I might as well do 3/4 of my cash that I have on me instead of doing just a little bit, trying to find another one. And the exchange rate that she gave me was 0.63. Now on Google, 400 AUD, it was 261 or 263, something like that. She ended up giving me 253. And then on my Commonwealth Bank, if you transfer it from AUD to USD on there, it was 251. So honestly, definitely way better than the airport when I did the Singaporean dollar one. I got absolutely gypped on that bullshit. So she gave me a relatively fair price to what the market's at. And I just gotta really watch my spendings now. Because it's starting to get... Relax, guys. I can look after myself. But now we're getting to the end portion of the trip, so we're just gonna be mindful of what I get. I can't get too crazy, but I think I deserve a donut. So I ended up getting very similar croissant donut. This one had some intricate name, and it's got guava and cream sweet cheese filling. Sounds very interesting. Should I be having this? No. If I was in my normal routine of normal life, yeah, I wouldn't be having it. But remember, I am on a holiday. And is it a good idea to have this before sparring? No. This definitely has got to digest, hopefully. I can already tell this one's going to get messy. The thing on top is nice. The thing in the middle, the guava, that one I'm not too sure about. It's a bit too fruity. I don't know. Each bite I take, the guava's kind of growing on me. Bit of a mess. So I found the tablets, but I just want to quickly point something out. Check this out. So this bottle of water, $3.49, $5.29. Yeah. Look at this. 24 pack. What does that say? Bruv, if you're here with a family, you might as well grab a 24 pack. Might as well get them, then just keep on buying water like this. Even though if you're going to go to events, you're not going to be allowed to take them in. That's the only catch-22 because they're all trying to milk money out of you. Okay, this is a little bit random, but supercars, bro. Look at this. A Lambo, bit of a McLaren, bit of a Ferrari, and if I'm not mistaken, Corvette. While I was picking up the medicine from Walgreens, I saw this. It looked a bit different, so I looked at it. Bruv, pretzel sticks. I don't know, it looks a bit different. Why not? Let's try one together. Pretzel stick, Nutella. It's a good chunk. I will say, it's an improved texture. Like, you know how normally we have the breadsticks? Breadsticks can get pretty dry, but when it's like pretzel like this, that adds more of a fun, unique element to eating it. See, this is one thing that I really like about America. They got their massive water bottles, right? These are like, I don't know, 1 liter, 2 liter, or something like that. And they come in like 6 packs and all. Like, just think about it, how much more easier would it make the weight cut for us instead of having so many stupid 600 milliliter water bottles? What is 3.78 liters, bro? 3.78 liters. Ooshed, and there's 6 of them. Time is now 2:49. I kind of overdid it. I went back to my room. I just chilled, and I was watching like a few little YouTube videos of Fremont Street and Teluke, and just chilling because I actually do feel very tired. Not necessarily super tired because I'm just overworked. It's because the sickness, the body aches and whatnot. It's just subconsciously tricking my mind, tricking myself. But hopefully these tablets kick in. So I called my Uber, and the problem with all Ubers is that it takes a while for it to come, and then it takes a while for it to get there. That's why I'm hoping it doesn't take too long, because I don't want to be late to this sparring session. I need to like stretch a little bit at least. Honestly, it kind of feels like going into a fight. A bit of nervousness, a bit of excitement, and not fear, but that uncertainty of the unknown. Like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen. So, a bit of jitteriness by me right now. It'll be good. I'm just going to have faith in my abilities, show up, do what I do, and it'll all unfold like it did yesterday. Alright, 3:30 p.m, 3:18. So we're 12 minutes to stretch, warm up, and get started with the session. I'll let you know how it goes afterwards. Alright, training is done. As you can see, everyone is done. But like they're either doing their own stuff or stuff. My brother, let's go. Introduce yourself, my brother. Introduce yourself to the people.
Nick Johnson right here working with this man.
Let's go.
Fantastic training.
My brother, thank you for the training, my brother. So yeah, we got a few of the boys, like him for example, that were helping me out. What did we do today? So we did like a solid, I'd say, so we started at 3:30. We did like half an hour worth of sparring. So I think it was like 6 or 7 rounds. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, roughly like 5 to 6 rounds of sparring. That was followed by 2 rounds of specific training grappling. And then we just did a light jog around the mat, having our hands up. And it's a big thing that they do at the end of their class. Put their arms up and they walk around because you put in the work, you put in the effort. So what happened, I recognized one of the guys because when I came in, so what they do is they pick their people in before the training starts. So they say, I'm gonna go with you first round, you second, you third, whatnot. You don't just put your hand up and you try to find someone, not like that. Pick who you're gonna go with, but for me, I didn't care. I wanted to go with everyone, so I just kept putting my hand up, One of the guys when I walked in was like, hey, I'm gonna go with you. And he sounded like Brazilian. And to me, he looked like a one championship fighter. If I find him, I'm gonna point him out. But I remember how I was telling you guys about they like to go hard against people that are from the outside? This guy went hard against me. Like, he was trying to at least. And can I be honest? Bro, I don't know if it's because like I train with people that are a bit bigger than me, and most of the other people that I train with, when he was striking me, he was legit putting a lot into it. He was like grunting as he was hitting me. And bro, look, I can't say I'm conditioned. I'm conditioned, but not fight conditioned, because I haven't trained MMA in a while. Like, it's been like a solid month or so. My primary focus has been grappling. So like, hey, let's go, my brother. Let's go. Get in the vlog. Woo! Let's go. So yeah, my thighs aren't that conditioned. You know, like it's not fight condition. But when he was hitting me, bro, like I felt fine. But again, the camaraderie, the support element behind one another and the backing behind one another was sick. I got to go with the guy, I don't know if you guys know, the guy that does funny dances and twerked in the UFC, Jordan something. I got to go with him, along with that one championship Brazilian guy. I think he's from one championship at least. I introduced myself, you know the Afghanistan fighter from UFC? I introduced myself to him. I just went up to him and I said, hey look, I've got a lot of Afghan friends. They just want you to know you got a big support from Australia, a big backing in Australia. And then I just talked with them, introduced myself to them, and I believe his younger brother and whatnot. So they're over there just drilling. It was cool. They just said, if you need anything, you let me know, we'll look after you. And I'm like, sick, bro. And I love that about the sport, man. Like even with jiu-jitsu and the MMA, once the work is done, everyone's like, just talk with one another. It's dope, it's sick. Sharing ideas, sharing a lot of thoughts. It's beautiful, bro. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna go fill up my water bottle, try to find that one championship fighter, just say thank you. So I just want to find out who he is. And then shower up, possibly go something to eat, and then head to Template Vegas. The time is 4:45, class starts at 7, so I've got roughly an hour and a half to just kill. So I'm happy with that. Alright, so I've had the shower, got it on myself already, packed up my gear, but the Uber doesn't come until 12 minutes because I was going to go grab something to eat just before I go to Template. So what am I going to do? We've got Chris Curtis doing pads over there, and we've also got Coach Eric Nixon doing pads over there with Fred Tavares. I'm going to watch and I'm going to analyze what they're doing and just see if I can absorb something, you know? That'd be cool. So we're at this vegan supposed spot. I have no idea what it is, but I do have a great view. I didn't want anything too crazy, hence why just a sandwich, but it ended up coming with fries. So let's recap. Sparring session in terms of etiquette wise, I don't know, maybe it's because, I actually don't know, but it actually wasn't as bad as what people made it out to be, is what I'm trying to say. They weren't, I don't know, maybe next time on Thursday I'll try go on the other end more. When I did go to that Brazilian guy that called me out, he was the only guy that ended up going hard, and he was on the other side of the mats. But even then again, like Jordan for example, he didn't go too hard against me as well. Like he was more so flowing. It was legit like I was sparring at absolute, you know, like it wasn't spastic hard. The only spastic hard one was that Brazilian guy. Afterwards I went to the Afghan brothers and even Javid went to be like, yeah man, he's tough. So I'm assuming he was watching my round with the Brazilian guy. Yeah, I didn't mind it. Let's get into mainly what we came here for. Cheeky mushroom. You guys want a mushroom? Nope. Smoke steaming off that shit. Let's go. Okay. Patty, mushroom, cheese on top. It's like a bit of a burger sauce on the bottom of it. And then afterwards, I was like low-key chopping it up with Chris Curtis. Like in between his pad rounds, he took a little bit of a break. And I was just like, smashing it, bro. This is that one, I was chopping it up. And I was like, this is, you train in the morning, yeah? He goes, yeah. I said, this is the last session, right? He goes, nah, man. I'm like, what do you got after this? He goes, S&C. So it's alright. Well, you're halfway through this. Halfway through. Let's keep going. Smash it. So he trained 3 times a day. His morning session was similar to what I had just then, the sparring, which is vigorous, pad work, say like around 3:45. Then I assume weights at night time. But those Afghan brothers were really, really nice. Javid and Farid, like even they were saying, like, you know what was interesting? Because they were asking me what I was doing, how many fights I've had. They were like asking me questions, which is cool. They were chopping it up with me too. And long story short, they were like, look, what you're doing is beautiful. We love it. We have to do it too. Because you look at Leon Edwards, man. For example, him. He came to America, did all his training, saw what he needed. He could have stayed, invested in his training over here in America, but no. He learned everything and he took what he got and applied it back when he went back to London, got all the people that he needed and built it around him there. Whereas us, for example, we took a different route. We came here and we stayed here and we're still building upon it. So I was giving that a bit of thought and I'm like, Leon Edwards did a bit of training in America, learned what he needed to learn, saw what was used by the elites and top level people, and then recreated that back home in London. Maybe I did the same, I don't know. But little sparks in my head were going off when he explained that. And afterwards, that Brazilian guy, when I filled up my water bottle, I gave him knuckles. I'm like, oh, thanks for the training, bro. He goes, yeah, what weight you fight? I said 155, but I don't want to fight at 155. I'm going to go to 165. He says, yeah, me too. I'm going to go up to 170. I'm like, why? You know, like it's too hard, yeah, with the food. He goes, yeah, man, fuck that. That was funny. I'd say out of all the 55s and 45s there was only 2 big motherfuckers there. And I rolled with him at 10 Planet Vegas. His name was Gustavo. He was strong, bro. I didn't go with him today, but I saw him on the mats. Yeah, headgear. He was going pretty hard with a few people. From my first day, what I can say is, from all the grappling and jiu-jitsu that I did, when you go to do MMA, I completely forgot how the dynamic changes when you start striking. Like some of the jiu-jitsu moves that I was doing, and especially against Jordan, I was like going for some things and my arm got stuck. He started like punching. I was like, oh yeah, not good. Took my hand out and then just repositioned myself and then went more the MMA grappling. Gotta keep remembering that. I can't just do jiu-jitsu, play jiu-jitsu. And I got a bit too complacent off my back against Jordan as well, until I realized when I started to get hit, I scrambled back up to my feet. But yeah, that was an interesting dynamic again. But I don't need my food now. Food's gonna go cold. Hey, now, nice lunch. So we've got like 15 minutes before class starts, class beforehand, and then we get started with my other one. So we'll see how things go. Alright, so night session completed. I rocked up nice and early, but unfortunately what I didn't realize is their class is actually at 6 o'clock. Yeah, so I jumped in and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but Andy's like, yeah, it's jumping, but they were all pretty fucked and tired. So I made sure to like not push the pace too hard at the start, just to go nice and easy with people. And I've got my train 8 here, nice and refreshed. Again, it was a cool way to run the class. It's a little bit different. This is my first time attending. Yeah, I think this is my first time attending one of his actual proper classes where it's run by him, which is pretty cool. Right now they are cleaning the mats, which is good. Every single time at the end of the night before they finish, so after they finish, clean the mats. But what's funny is that everyone's sick, bro. Everyone's sick, and even Coach Andy said, he's like, bro, even if you guys are feeling shit, feeling sick, keep on turning up and keep putting in the work. I don't know if it's the case of COVID again. Could be COVID. I have no idea, but it sounds like everyone's got the same exact sickness. When I rolled today, I felt pretty good. Like, yeah, I did my midday session and then this night session here, and I probably didn't train as hard as I did the other guys because they started at 6 p.m. But going through the motions, practicing more of my wrestling stuff. So wrestling up, committing more of my shots, was adamant, and shooting for the single leg and not just holding it, actually monitoring, moving around with the leg and trying to get something off of that. So now I was going to grab something from here because I know it's going to be cheaper, but instead I'll go back to the hotel, take it down, much needed down, and then go get that pizza that I was talking about that's near my hotel, I think, and we'll call it a night there. Detroit style pizza. Unfortunately, it's not super fresh. The guy just chucked it in and warmed it up, but that's all I can do. I reckon we'll try the cheese one out first, then we'll crack onto the pepperoni. I'm really interested in this, man. Here we go. Wow. This is huge, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna finish it. The way that it's crusted is really nice. Let's try this next one, pepperoni. Very oily, but I must say, pretty good. The pepperoni's got like oregano feeling, herbs and spices on it. That one's pretty good. So I feel like the pepperoni one, there's so much going on that it could just surpass as a normal pizza. Like you can't really taste the Detroitness in it in terms of the way that the pizza is delivered to you. As with the cheese pizza here, you can taste like the flakiness of cheese. And you can really get a feel of what it's like Detroit style. But needless to say, they both are very good. Alright, so what I was realizing as I was eating it, got like 2 bites in of each, and I was like, ooh, this is big, this is a lot. I kept on eating, and then as I was eating, I was like feeling content once I got halfway through on both. I was like, I can't stop now. But I didn't, because I didn't want to leave it to waste. And they were pretty big slices, but this is what I need to learn. I need to learn what my body is telling me, what my body is feeling. Now, I just acknowledge that I only need 2 bites of this, and then I'm good. Or 2 bites of each, and then I was good. I was content. I could have walked on and went on about my thing. But obviously, if it's in front of me and it's there, I'll eat it. If these temptations are here, or whenever they're there, I must walk away, do something else, or just preoccupy myself with something else for that matter. Alright, so I'm not too sure what this is, but I believe it's near something called Fremont Street. And this is another suggestion that was said to me by some of the Uber drivers. I don't know if this is straight Fremont Street, what I'm on right now, but this is like essentially the party capital. This is like our version of Chapel Street in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. So all the young ones would normally come out and they would just go fucking doof, bro, you know? So let me give it a quick sus. Let me start getting a bit closer, seeing what it's like. But it seems like music's busting, as you guys can hear. It does look a little bit packed for a Tuesday night, I will say. All I need right now to fit in is a nice cowboy hat. I don't know what color, but they're white mountains and stuff right now. Yeah, a lot of people are wearing all cowboy hats and stuff like this guy right here. Shabbat. I need to get myself a cowboy hat. So it seems like there's a couple of strips. There's a strip down that way, and then a strip down this way. Alright, I'm gonna do it with my camera and my gear, everything on. Let's see. $1.99, fuck out of here, bro. Ain't $1.99. Nah, actually after those Detroit pizzas, probably $1.99. Get out of here, brother. Holy crap, $1.99. It kind of messes my head, low-key. Alright, so I'm about to call it a night, but I saw the Walgreens and I quickly stopped by just to get something a little bit sweet, just to kill my sweet tooth craving. Even though I don't need it, I need to kill it. And I saw this Ferrero Rocher in a chocolate bar. Bro, we gotta try it at least, come on. Supposedly crunchy hazelnut pieces, exquisite creamy filling, and smooth chocolate. Let's go. Wonka bar-like packaging. Here we go. Ready? Let's try it. It's pretty mad. I wouldn't go out of my way to get this again. But I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna call that a night there, guys. Head back to the hotel and get a nice deserved rest. Fucking ripperoni. What's another thing about this strip that I don't like? But most people they wouldn't mind it, but it just smells too much weed. I don't like that. Too much marijuana.